I could definitely see how someone that's relatively new to my channel could call me pretty repetitious, right? You watched a single video of mine, and then you were curious to see whatever else it was that I was talking about, and you clicked on my channel, and you realized I had like 800 something videos, and you just hit the play button, right? And whether you're watching all of my videos or you're watching specific playlists, you'll hear me say some of the same things over and over again. Well, there's a reason for that. You may have heard me give certain examples over and over again because I truly do believe that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Number one, I got a good example that helps me articulate this point, so I'm going to keep on using that, you know? But then number two, I also live by repetition is the key to learning, right? How did you learn the alphabet? How did you learn numbers? Well, you heard A, B, C, D, E, F, G, until you got to that magical letter, elemental P. It's always A, B, C, this nice little cadence. And then we get to elemental P, that's all one letter. You know what I'm saying? How'd you learn numbers? Well, you had Count Dracula from Sesame Street, one apple, and you watched the show so many times that it became normal. You got exposed to a particular type of information over and over again that it began to sit in your mind. You adopted that as truth, as normal, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep on repeating it, right? Well, repetition is the key to learning. Can be applied in a positive and a negative way. Learning your alphabet, learning your name, learning your identity, learning the streets around you, learning the cities, states, countries, continents. You hear it so many times, it begins to stick, right? But then it can also be used for the negative side. Whereas, people in toxic relationships that move from toxic relationship to toxic relationship, you've been exposed to this so many times. You've only known a toxic relationship, so you think that this is what this is. You think that this behavior should be tolerated by every single person because that's all you know. That's all you've been repeatedly exposed to, and that's what you begin to expect, right? The thing is, for the past month and a half or two, I've been in observation mode. Another reason why I haven't been uploading so much, because when I'm in observation mode, I sit back, I shut up, and I pay attention. I observe. I begin to notice trends and patterns. When there's repetition, there are patterns. Now, this is where we get into the message, right? One of the things I've noticed is something kind of old, but it's in internet culture / pop culture / the black culture, because most pop culture comes from black culture anyway, but we're not going to get into that. But nevertheless, one of the things that I've noticed, and some of this is old too, but one of the things that I've noticed is when something is funny, we are beginning to be programmed to say, I'm dead and I'm weak. I ain't never seen too many people laughing at a funeral. So why is it when something is funny, you're saying I'm dead and I'm weak? I ain't never laughed at being weak. I don't quite understand why you say that when something is funny. You see what I'm saying? Man, here he goes, man. Dude's reaching. He on his hotep stuff, man. But no, because I live with say what you mean and mean what you say. Oh, we don't mean it like that. That's not what that means. And I know in the black culture, we tend to change the things. We have our slangs, different vernaculars, our different ebonics and stuff. I get it. But, sometimes you have to really pay attention. I feel like there's certain words that you shouldn't really play with. Death and weakness are things that I don't really mess around with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering why, when there's a pattern, especially in the mainstream media, when at the world at large, the society at large, where most people don't think for themselves, you have to realize, like, when you start to see the same script over and over, you have to ask yourself, number one, why is this happening again and people aren't noticing it? Number two, it's like, who does this benefit? Number three, who started this, right? Now let's kind of focus on that third one. Who started this? When something is funny, I say I'm dead. That makes no sense to me. Let's play a word association game that a lot of psychologists use. Give me 2 words to describe trees. 2 words that are associated with trees. You could use a birdhouse. You could use wood, timber, bark. You could go into elms, oaks. These are all words that are associated with trees, right? But if you were to give me this and I say, give me 2 words that go with trees, and I say popcorn and chocolate, you'd be like, what? Like, what does that have anything to do with trees? So, with that same example, I bring you back to, give me 2 words that have to do with the word funny. And you use dead and weak. One of the other terms that I repeat often, or one of the other phrases that I repeat often is words mean things. In my hermit mode, in my observation mode, I picked up a new hobby. And in this new hobby, I picked up a new favorite book. Now, in this book, you know, it has all these words in it. These words that can really expand your horizons and make you think about things in a different way. It's a really, really, really old book. Now, some of you may think I'm talking about a Bible or something like that. No, I got my hand on my dick. Shanary. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, when you open up this book, man, you know, it's like you get exposed to all these crazy, amazing words that could be used to articulate yourself. You know, like a crozier, a hooked staff carried by a bishop as a symbol of pastoral office. You know, that's a dope word. Crustos. You know, like, it's like you just go through this book and you're like, oh my gosh, I can use all these words to identify myself and describe myself. But, you know, especially in the community at large, you know, for example, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a real nigga. I'm real. You fake. I'm real. And if you were to ever ask someone to, like, really explain what they mean by certain things, they're just going to give you more elementary level things. You know, it was, who was it? Daylight. I've given this example for repetition, you see. It was one of my favorite rappers, Daylight. Dude is like a god when it comes to wordplay, you know. And one of the things that he was talking about in one of his lives, you know, way back in the day was he was saying, like, you know, there's many factors to this, but why are people in the hood so angry all the time? Now, of course, we got malnutrition, you know, deplorable living conditions, all that type of stuff. But one of the other factors is that they do not have the simple words to articulate themselves. Yo, how do you feel? You don't even have to be in the hood. Go ask your toxic ass boyfriend or girlfriend, how do you feel right now? You just make me mad. Well, why? Because you just do. That didn't help. I need you to help me understand what you're saying. Break it down. Articulate what you're saying. You ever trying to be explaining yourself, you couldn't find the right word, and you start getting frustrated. You like, oh, what's the word? Oh man, I can't think about. Imagine living in a constant state of that over and over. Oh man, I can't. Anger, frustration, dis-ease. You see what I'm saying? That brings stress to the body because you don't have the words to articulate yourself because most of y'all are too lazy. You know, why did you start saying it? Where did it come from? You know, there's this other book I tend to have here. It's called Etymology. You see, I'm nerding out here. I got a dictionary, and I got a dictionary of English etymology, where these words came from. Because some of these words that you're using, you'd be surprised where some of them come from. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you get on that on your own time. You know, you bet. Wait, this word I'm making this up. But let's just say a tool. You know, like, you know how we call, like, you know, someone, a guy that we don't like, a tool, you know, what a fucking tool, or we call a girl a hoe. But, like, nevertheless, where do these words come from? Something that gets a hoe gets used a lot. This is why the study of words is very important. You know, repetition. You know, in the spiritual conscious community, we have this term called affirmations. Affirmations is powerful language. Before I finish that, powerful. The words that we are using all the time literally tell you what they mean. Language that is full of power. Affirmations are powerful language that you use to impress the subconscious mind to dictate what's going on in your physical reality. If you're poor, if you're sick, then you can counteract that by starting to begin to use the verbiage, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, because we understand the power of I am. I am followed by whatever is what you will begin to magnetize towards you, what you will begin to attract, what you will begin to manifest in your world. So, using all these examples, I am dead. I am weak. You got this whole big ass, over almost 2,000 pages of words that you could use. And you choose to say, I'm dead, I'm weak, I'm a bad bitch, I'm the baddest hoe out here. Yeah, I'm a real nigga. Yeah. You're talking like a Neanderthal. expand your vocabulary so you can walk in any room. Yeah, I could be with the hood boogers, but I can also articulate myself when it comes to the Harvard, MIT, and Yales. Oh, yes, we are prestigious. Oh, look at this. He's just an abecedarian of the English language. We can get over on him easily. He doesn't know what we're saying. Abecedarian. Abecedarian literally means to when words or when things are organized alphabetically, or like when he's an abecedarian to the English language. Abecedarian also means someone that is new or is a novice at something. You see what I'm saying? And abecedarian to organize something that's organized alphabetically. Abecedarian, A B C D, technically E, but abecedarian. The words literally spell it out for you. You see? But you need to be able to articulate yourself no matter who you are around. Yeah, we can have casual play conversations, but you need to also be able to take accountability for the words that you're saying, because the words that you utter have a frequency. The other example that I give over and over again, I love you versus I hate you. One makes you smile. One makes your heart feel warm. I hate you makes you reject, recoil, and you're like, ugh. Or it brings out a negative emotion out of you. The things that you utter carry an energy. You see what I'm saying? Let's go low vibrational with it. Ooh, daddy, I want to get on that. Shit, yeah, girl, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, I ain't trying to get on that. Ew. Difference of frequency, difference energy, and these words are your path to unlocking all the keys to what you want in this world. If you want to be taken seriously, expand your vocabulary, study this language. You got people that come from across the waters that speak this language better than you, that have a bigger vocabulary than you. You grew up in this language. Do not take that from granted. Take this to a higher level. As we say all the time, there's levels to this shit, where there's 2,000 levels in here. And then if you want to figure out where these words came from, you got another couple thousand, maybe 1,000, maybe less. Hold on, let's see this real quick. Another 1,000 pages. You see what I'm saying? So, words mean things. When pop culture is starting to make y'all repeat things over and over, you gotta be like, wait, what does that mean? I'm a bad bitch. I'm a real nigga. I'm dead. I'm weak. Ignore me if you want to keep on repeating these words, but doesn't it sound really goddamn stupid to repeat these words when you know what they actually mean? To the next one.